and we're going to get going. So, we're talking about setting goals. This is our goal setting course 101 for NTA. Yeah, my name is Joshua Silva. I am a strategic life coach, and my email is lifecoach508@gmail.com. At the end of this training, there will be, I don't want to call it an assignment, a suggestion, or whatever. There will be an assignment, and should you choose to do it, it would be great if you emailed that assignment to me at that email, and we can see where it goes from there. So this course is kind of interactive in the sense that at the end, the objective is hopefully that we're going to give you some things to think about, and we're going to help you set some goals and get your life on track in the direction that it wants to go in. So I want to start off with this great statement. If you are not actively pursuing your own goals, you are passively pursuing the goals of someone else. And I want to start this training with that statement because I want people to get the idea or understanding that no matter what it is that you are doing in your life, you are working towards a goal. But that goal may not be yours. That goal may be somebody else's. So the point I'm trying to get across is if you're going to pursue a goal, why not make sure that it's your own goals rather than somebody else's? So that's part of the purpose of what we're looking to do today and what we're trying to accomplish today. We're trying to get, or we're looking to encourage people, anybody on this call and anybody that's going to take this training, to set their own goals and to pursue their own goals rather than pursue the goals of others. Okay. So in order to pursue a goal or set a goal, we should probably define a goal. So definitions of a goal: the object of a person's ambitions or efforts, an aim or desired result. So specifically, a goal cannot be pursued or set without two very, very important factors. That's ambition and effort. Goals are essential to a productive lifestyle. And goals are the focus point of what you want from your life. So the key points that we're talking about here is we want to understand that goals are the demands that we set on our lives. Goals happen with or without your permission. We talked about before. Goals are ambitious, and goals demand a ton of effort. And I just like this picture, so I put it here. So types of goals. So there are various types of goals out there, and it's important that we recognize what they are. There are financial goals, personal goals, business goals, relationship goals, organization goals. So a financial goal, of course, kind of speaks for itself. We're talking about money. It could be your money. It could be business. It doesn't matter. Anything concerning money is typically a financial goal. Then you have your personal goals. Those are like, self-help, type of production goals. Maybe you have a goal weight that you want to reach, or maybe you have a goal of quitting smoking. That would be classified under a personal goal. Business goals, of course, is going to deal with some sort of business and their the goals that they want to reach in the future. And of course, relationship goals, and then organization goals. Those are, again, the same idea. Group decided goals. To go a little more depth in goals, there are short-term goals and there are long-term goals. Short-term goals are typically 3 months to 24 months. Long-term goals are a little longer. They're 24 months to about 10 years or more. But in all actuality, goals they're something that they really don't have to have a time limit. We should always be setting goals. The idea of goals is to just continue to push an individual to be better and stronger in life. But no matter what goal you set, you want to make sure it's a SMART goal. So you want to be smart with the goals. And what does that mean? That means that you want your goals to be specific. You want them to be measurable. You want them to be attainable. You want them to be relevant, and you want them to be timed. So let's break these down a little more than just than just words. So specific, your goals should have what? They should have detail. Um, you should know specifically what you want when you're creating your goals. They have to be measurable. You have to be able to track whether you're achieving those goals or not. And obtainable, we have to be careful with the word obtainable, and I'll get a little more into depth in that when I bring up a practice goal. But relevancy and time is all the same principle. So let's use this example here. Here's an example of a good goal. In 24 months, I will make $240,000 cash. So this goal in itself is a personal finance goal, but it fulfills all of the basic requests of being a SMART goal. It's specific. There's a specific amount of time. There's a specific amount of money that we're looking to get inside of a specific amount of time. It's measurable. How I would be able to measure this is if I took $240,000 cash and divided it by 24 months, then I would know that I have a certain amount of cash per month that that I would need to make to reach that goal. And if I wanted to take it even further, then I can go by the day, the week, the minute, whatever. But there's a way to measure it. And obtainable. That's again, it's based on a belief system. I mean, it's somebody. You can definitely, it's definitely obtainable to reach a goal of $10,000 a month. There are people that do it day in and day out, and that's, when I was talking about obtainable and relevance. A lot of people will place limitations on others based on what they've experienced in life. So there are some people that may not believe making $10,000 a month personal income is obtainable, and they may have that belief system based on some of the things that they went through, or some of the things that their friends or family have gone through. So obtainability is something that we all have to be very, very careful with. It's a matter of what you're willing to expand your mind to believe and to understand and to develop an attainable goal. So now, if I was to say something like, in 24 months, I want to make $240 million cash, that's a little bit of an unattainable goal. Wouldn't you agree? And then relevance. So if somebody was already making $1 million a year, then this 24-month goal of 240,000 on cash is not really a relevant goal for them. It's not going to force them to stretch. It's not going to force them to work. It's not going to make them, think outside the box. So it's not really a relevant goal, and it wouldn't be a SMART goal. And of course, timed. We do have a time here, which is kind of goes into the same beliefs as measurable. So this is a good example of how a goal could be summed up as a SMART goal, and it's a good structure to use when using your goals. So what are the key points here? So the key points is that there are different types of goals depending on what area of your life you want to focus on, and the goals should follow a SMART structure. Also, short-term goals 3 to 4 months. Long-term goals are 2 to 10 years. And Bill Murray says that I'm awesome. So the next thing we're going to move on to is how to set goals. But before we get into that, do we have any questions? Anybody want to drop anything in the chat box? Or now would be a good time to go live if you have any questions. If not, I'm going to keep on flowing through. Fantastic. So we're going to go into how to set goals. So the first question is, when you're setting a goal, ask yourself this question: What do you want? What is it that you're trying to get out of life? What is it that really means something to you? There are people that want, fancy cars. They want to take, they want to own homes. They want to take vacations. They want to just make more money. They want to open a small business. What is it that really makes you as a person tick? What is it that makes you want to jump out of bed? Are you the type of person that just wants to help people? You want to be of service? Are you the type of person that has, that has a strong desire to, create business? What is it that really makes you tick? And if we go a little further into some of my other stuff, there are actually types of tests and quizzes that we can go through. So what are the reasons that you want what are the reasons you want what you want? What is it that you desire? So what we're really asking is, what is your why? And this is the most important question that we could ever go through, talk about, or discuss is your why. Um, I've heard many people say, I do what I do because of my children, or I do what I do because of, um, because I don't like to lose. But there is always a deeper sense of why. And if you can take whatever it is that you're shooting for and really boil down to the root of why, then you will be unstoppable. You really will. You'll be unstoppable in whatever it is that you want in life. And you'll be willing to go through the punches and take the hits because you'll always have that why in front of you that will explain, that will justify, you know, why it's worth you going through the pain of whatever you have to go through to get what you need to get. You'll always have the justification for you to suffer to get the things that you need. So it's really, really important to when creating your goal structure to understand that you need a why and develop that why. So how to set your goals? Ask yourself this question: if money was no issue, what would you do? So if you had all the money in the world, and if you could do anything at any time, time wasn't a factor, money wasn't a factor, what would you do? What are the things that you would do on a day-to-day basis? Would you sleep for a month? Would you build a multi-million-dollar company? Would you be a philanthropist? Just learning English today. Would you travel the world? Would you go down to poverty-stricken areas and rebuild the communities? Would you learn a new language? Would you learn a new instrument? What are the things that you would do if you didn't have to worry about making money and paying the bills? Essentially, what are some of the things that you dream about at night? What is it that makes you tick? That's what we're getting at. You need to figure out what it is that you truly love, what makes you passionate. And I'm not talking about pursuing your passion. I'm talking about understanding your passion, understanding the things that you love. So, like I said before, we're going to have a little bit of an assignment. And the assignment is real basic. On a piece of paper, write down the top 50 things that you would like to do in your life. And again, it goes back to what are some of the things that you really, really enjoy. Now, in this challenge of writing down the top 50 things that you would like to do in your life, um, a lot of people tend to get stuck around, I don't know, 20. And then they say, all I could think of was 20 things that I really, really want to do. I'm going to challenge you to get a little deeper than that. I really am. Because if you just really took the time to think about the things that you wanted to do in life, and I'm talking about, do you want to learn a new language? And if so, how many languages? If you didn't believe that you had any limitations, what are some of the things that you would do? That's the real question. Because what really stops people from setting real goals is the belief of limitations. So we want to eliminate the belief of limitations. So if you had no limitations, if you could fly, if you choose to, what are the things that you would do? Write them down. Write them down, type them out, um, chisel them on a rock, whatever it is that you feel that you need to do to get them recorded and emailed them to me. And I would like to have you email them to me so that way we can pursue a little further on what to do with those specific goals. And in addition to that, on next Saturday's call, we're going to talk a little bit about what to do with those top 50 things and how to put those into action and how to make an actionable plan to pursue the things that you really, really want to do in life. Goals are the blueprint to the life that you want to lead. So in order to have the right blueprint, then you need to have the right goals. And in order to get the right structure, this is one of the best procedures that you could put into place to make that structure happen. So I generally want to help people get that done And the way that that's done is through creating these goals and creating this process. So do we have any questions so far? Man, I must have done a fantastic job of explaining how goal setting works if I don't have any questions. So that's pretty good. David, can I get you to come off of mute for a second?
I am here, Josh.
How are you doing today, David?
I'm doing great. Super fantastic. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. So, David, you and I have been working together for a little while, and I know that there's been some great things going on between you and what you're building. Can you talk a little bit about what goal setting means to you and structure?
For me, goals and structure, they got to be probably one of the most important activities in life. Now, I'm going to say this from two different perspectives. I'm going to say this from a perspective of as being a coach myself. That's a tool that I utilize with my clients. But in regards to Josh's life coaching, as it refers to me, I'm a student. I'm a student to this course right here. So if I want my life to turn out the way I would like it, there's nobody else's. I can't blame anybody else but myself. If I don't clearly know what my goals are, and if I'm not actively pursuing them every day, and if I don't get the things in my life that I would like to see, and if I'm unhappy, I have no one else to point at but myself. So that's kind of what it means to me. And I think that it's like paramount. It's just it's this good habit. And as far as structure, to me, a structure just brings clarity. Almost like when you're making a cake. Having a cookbook instruction. You see this wonderful recipe or this wonderful picture of a cake or something you want to cook, and you're like, boy, I wish I can cook that. And then having the structure or instructions on how to do that, it makes it so almost anybody could do it. And so those two just go hand in hand, having a structure in place that anybody can follow to lay down their goals and make sure they're on track is priceless. I think this is one of the greatest things about being a part of NTA is that you could use this for all areas of your life. So I'm so thankful that you're here to help provide this for us and help us almost be like a tour guide to help us get our own lives on track. So thank you, Josh.
Boom, I love it, man. Very well said, and you hit it right on the head. The idea of goals and putting your goals in place, it's almost like an athlete going to practice or somebody going to work out. Your goals are they're designed to keep you on track and to allow you to really focus on what the ultimate accomplishment is. And the best part about goals is that, like I said before in the beginning, you're never going to accomplish one goal and be like, okay, I made it, and just feel complete. That's not human nature. Human nature is, I smashed this goal. Now what's the next thing? Boom, on to the next. And that's what I love about being able to have a system in place where you're able to have checks and balances and put it together. And it's just the next level. So you're absolutely right. Having the structure that we're creating here and working together to, hold each other accountable also is another great thing. And that's why the need for, coaches and like-minded individuals is so super important. It's just a beautiful thing. So,
also too, when I think of or when I look at, let's say, goals in general, like Josh was alluding to in the beginning, it's either you're working for your goals or you're working for somebody else's. Okay. And another way I kind of look at that too is you have you're conscious right now, and you can say, okay, I'd like to do this, this, and this. And then it takes habits. Habits are things you do repetitively that ultimately just work into your daily routine. You may start a habit, but it takes time to develop a habit. And then there's like your subconsciousness, like it's the sum total of all your experiences, which is almost like programming. So, and all three of them kind of tie together. So if consciously you want a certain goal and you're establishing the habits you need, it ultimately is going to become your programming. So it's not going to be as hard to do the requirements or steps that you need to fulfill. So they just become part of what you do all the time. So it's just like we got to keep working on our goals, utilizing our structure, forming those habits so that they become a part of us. So it's just like our nature. This is who we are. We're just fulfilling it. So, and I just I wanted to describe it just a little bit the way I kind of saw it and share it with everyone.
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. So listen, guys, I mean, I'm a man of integrity, so I always try to keep to my word. And, I promise to keep this call 45 minutes. And that's what I want to do. And so I want to make sure that we get in some important dates. Some of the people on this call are NTA members, some are not, and they're, they're here for the training and they're seeing what's going on. But we've got some next Thursday, 10:25. Is it 8 p.m., David?
We're doing it at 8 p.m., yes.
8 p.m. is David's health call. And let me tell you something. I was on last Thursday's health call, and I got to listen to some great stuff about liquid gold and learn some stuff about how the body works and how carbohydrates work and all that great stuff. And, I cannot wait to see, what David has in store for next Thursday. I'm learning a lot about health and how to take care of my body. So, right along with the mind, you got to take care of the body. And then, of course, there's the spirit. So next Thursday, I believe it's October 25th, 8 p.m., we've got David's health call. And it's going to be in the same channel, same ID number. So that's going to be awesome. And then next Saturday, I invite everybody to come back to this call because I want to talk about what to do with those 50 statements. So take the time, write down the 50 statements. If you can't get 50, it's okay. Just get as many as you can. And in between this week, if you can't get the 50, reach out to me. Let's take some time to talk a little bit and see if I can help you get to 50. So, guys, I'm here for you guys. My mission is to be of service. That's my whole mission. My mission is to be of service and to help people. So everybody on this call and everybody that's going to be listening to this training in the future, I want them to be able to have access to me and my team and be able to put themselves in a position to where they can really dominate in their lives and really have the things that they want and that they truly desire. I don't think that that's an unreasonable request for any person in the world. Everybody should be able to fulfill their deepest desires as long as they don't affect any other person in a negative manner. So I believe that it's very, very possible. I've witnessed it with my own eyes of people truly manifesting the life of their dreams. And I'm in the process now of manifesting the life of my dreams. Everything that I've ever wanted to do, I'm either in the process of doing now or I've already done. And it all started with changing my belief system, being able to set goals, and surrounding myself by the right people. And that's what we're doing on this call and every other call and training that we do together. So I'm going to end with that. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoons and evenings. And I pray that you take advantage of this training. And I really, really hope to have my inbox flooded with a bunch of pages of 50 goals and dreams that we're going to be able to structure for next week's call. So you guys have a great afternoon. I look forward to talking to you soon. God bless.